Before we begin this episode, here is a quick global overview of the Zeekr. Zeekr is gaining strong attention in multiple international markets, with growing demand from buyers in several countries across Asia, the Middle East, and select European regions. Let's take a look at the top 4 countries where Zeekr is gaining popularity globally. In Australia, a country known for its vast land and outdoor lifestyle, Zeekr sold 1832 units in the first quarter of 2026. In Malaysia, an emerging EV market with growing demand for modern tech vehicles, Zeekr recorded 857 units. In Denmark, Zeekr sold 564 units. And in Thailand, 44 units were sold in January 2026. Now, if we look at Zeekr top 5 markets in 2025, the list goes Thailand, Malaysia, Australia, Norway, and Denmark. The Zeekr 9X, which has not yet been officially launched overseas, has already gained popularity in Central Asia and Russia. Many traders have resold the Zeekr 9X. Priced at around $70,000, the Zeekr 9X sold over 10,000 units in China in March. Today, we'll introduce this 400K Cullinan. Why has the Zeekr 9X become so popular? The top version can do 0 to 100 km/h in just 3.1 seconds with up to 1381 horsepower. That's supercar level performance in a luxury SUV. It also runs a 900-volt platform and can charge from 20% to 80% in around 9 minutes. Inside, it feels like business class, with zero-gravity seats, massage, and a high-end 32-speaker sound system. Plus, a massive AR display and dual OLED screen make the tech experience super smooth, fast, luxurious, and high-tech. This is why the 9X is going viral worldwide. And the biggest surprise? The price globally ranges between $70,000 and $85,000, which makes it incredibly competitive, which means it's much cheaper than other global models in the same segment. For example, if we compare it with some global models that the Zeekr 9X aim to compete with, like the Rolls-Royce Cullinan and the Range Rover LWB costs around $145,000 to $170,000, while the Cullinan costs $410,350 to $475,350. So you can see the big difference in getting similar features, design, size, and luxury at a much lower price. Now, in this episode of EVAFocus Research, we are at dealership to understand the real sales performance of the Zeekr 9X. Let's take a look. First, a quick interaction. Which version of the 9X do you think sells the best? 1, 2, or 3? The answer is, since the launch of the Zeekr 9X, this store has sold around 200 units in total. Among them, the Hyper and Top spec versions account for 50%, the Ultra version account for 30%, and the Max version accounts for 20%. It's worth noting that the Hyper starts at around $80,000, yet it still makes up half of total sales. That's quite rare in this segment. Now let's talk about colors. For exterior colors, jet black is the most popular, accounting for 70%. For interior colors, Arctic white is preferred, accounting for 45%. Black really suits the 9X wide and solid body design, giving it a strong and more premium presence. So who is buying it? The main buyers are business owners aged 30 to 50. Many of them have business reception needs, and most come from families of 3 to 5 people, often traveling with children and elderly family members. For them, the 9X is more than just a car. When receiving clients, it delivers a strong presence and creates a positive first impression. At home, the rear rotating seats and movable screen help keep children entertained, while the spacious cabin makes long-distance travel more comfortable for elderly passengers. Here is a typical example. A 45-year-old customer, Mr. Joe, previously drove a 2019 Mercedes-Benz C-Class. After a friend strongly recommended the 9X and even accompanied him to the showroom, he originally just went to take a look since everyone is buying it. But after a 20-minute test drive, he placed the order on the spot. Cases like this, where buyers make quick, confident decisions, are actually very common here. Now, how does it compare with competitors? Customers often compare it with the i2 M9 and the BMW X5. Overall, the 9X is known for its strong performance. The chassis uses a 48-volt active stabilizer bar, making high-speed cornering more stable. The interior is also highly premium, featuring a Bentley-level sound system, dual zero-gravity seats, and 22-point massage functions, delivering exceptional comfort. However, there are also some concerns. The biggest issue is the long waiting time. The Hyper version usually requires 24 to 26 weeks of delivery. Some users also feel that the smart cockpit and assisted driving features still have room for improvement compared to leading new energy brands. User feedback mainly highlights 3 positives. First, the exterior design is solid and premium, especially the front, which feels very high-end. Second, the configuration is rich and practical, not just numbers, but really usable features like rotating seats and rear screens, especially popular with families. Third, it drives both fast and stable, thanks to the 900-volt high-voltage platform and chassis tuning, which gives strong confidence at high speeds. Of course, there are also some complaints. The most common issue is the long delivery time, especially for top spec versions, which can take up to 6 months and really test patience. Second, some users feel the rear design is a bit plain, especially the taillights, which are considered less refined compared to the aggressive front design. Finally, let's quickly break down the cost. Taking the Ultra version as an example, the official price is $70,000. With a $1,500 trade-in subsidy, the price drops to around $68,000. Including taxes, registration, and insurance, the total on-road price is around $72,000. If financed, the monthly payment is around $928 with a 2-year interest-free option available. In terms of buyers, corporate and individual customers are roughly 50-50, and cash versus financing is also about evenly split. To summarize, if you are a 30 to 50-year-old buyer with strong purchasing power and you need a car that can handle both business reception and family travel while offering strong presence, rich features and premium comfort, then the Zeekr 9X is definitely worth considering. That's it for this episode. See you next time. Bye-bye.